Good day, loves. Welcome back to episode 100 of the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. I'm Coach Tensi,
I'm Coach Soul.
and we are Ufulu Child. And this is Monday, so it's B Day in our Holistic Freedom healing system, the Freedom 5. B's 1, and then we have cleanse, fuel, move, and shine. 5 simple things that we do every day to get closer to our own visions of holistic freedom. So what's the topic for today, babe?
Today, as you all can see, it says life is a chessboard, how patience brings clarity in a busy world. So we're going to talk a little bit about patience, power of patience, what patience can bring to you, namely clarity of mind and clarity of being able to listen to your intuition, as well as for those logical people out there, clarity of calculation. Patience, 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 and uh, you know, just how that fits into the little metaphor. Life is a chessboard. So that's pretty much it. Welcome back. Also, because we didn't do an episode on Friday, we combined. We did 2 topics on last Thursday. So for those of you who missed us on Friday, welcome back to the show. We're glad to be back with you. And Omi says hi, and all of the tings. So let's go ahead and kind of jump right in. So, excuse me. For those of you who don't know, I am, among many other hats that I wear, a chess coach. I teach chess strategy and the game of chess to kids after school, and as well as personal one-on-one coaching for beginners to get them up to intermediate level. And chess is it's an ancient, super duper cool game, right? It's only had, I think, 3 different iterations of the official game of chess. It started off a little bit different with a different move set for each piece, and then 1 or 2 iterations later, it hasn't changed for hundreds of years. And this game of chess is often compared to life. There are movies that feature different, heroes' journeys, and they compare that to the playing out of a chess game. There are movies about Sherlock Holmes too, with Robert Downey Jr. playing Sherlock. Featured a comparison between the 2 opposing forces, Sherlock and the bad guy of that film, being like 2 kings on a chessboard, commanding their troops and moving their forces in certain ways to try and overcome the obstacle of the other guy. And it always comes down to who has the most clarity about all of the moving pieces at any given time, right? So if you lose a powerful piece and that wasn't a part of your strategy, it was because you weren't clear about what was coming or what could have been coming. If you lose the game, you weren't as clear as your opponent of what the opportunities were in the position for offense and defense. And what brings more clarity than anything in terms of the human mind is patience, at least in this context. Because when you're patient, when you don't move too fast, you give yourself the opportunity, you open up the opportunity to see more of what's happening and to see what's happening from different points of view than you would otherwise, doing things hastily or out of in an emotional state, anger, sadness, even joy and let's say strong desire, just doing, you won't be able to see from as many vantage points and viewpoints as you would if you were to implement a strategy of being patient and waiting for opportunity to present itself and calculating based on all of the potentials that you can.
So how does this relate to, say, the working mom who is seeking clarity and patience in her life? How does that kind of tie in? How does that tie back?
Oh, I thought you were going to. Okay.
Oh, okay. One thing that, because I don't play chess, so I don't really know the ins and outs in order to continue down with an analogy of chess.
It's fine.
But
The analogy was explained already.
working moms, one of the biggest things that I notice as a working mom that may be helpful for those listening regarding clarity and patience is, honestly, especially with all of the stuff that goes on in the cosmos, sometimes clarity in the sense of knowing what different planetary influences are affecting our emotions, or like clarity in the sense of knowing, like, when I'm feeling bloated or when I'm feeling irritable, then I need to, make sure that I'm eating according to what estrogen needs or what progesterone needs, respectively, type thing. Clarity in terms of what all is going on in terms of your medications, what's in your medications that allows you to be able to move forward, because now you know how they have affected your body, and now you can find an herb or something that can help heal that, heal what was beginning to break, or what was broken if you already have an autoimmune condition that you're struggling to manage. So clarity for me, some things that allow for clarity in my life are like through journaling sometimes. Writing down, just expressing what's going on in my mind or in my heart, so that I can see it outside of my mind on a page. And then also incorporating things like meditation to find clarity, and just doing like even 5 minutes of this in a given day will allow for me to have the patience to um, to continue doing what I need to do in alignment with my vision of freedom. So the clarity and asking the right questions, not necessarily asking, like, I don't know if you've ever, asked questions like, why am I so upset? or why is this happening to me? Or why couldn't I get a good night's sleep? All of this stuff. I mean, it's good on a certain level of it to ask that, but there are questions that are
Deeper
more
questions.
helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these questions could be like, how can I, what could be my next natural step to be more in alignment with what I would consider freedom to be in today, or in my morning routine? What is in my thrive zone? We've talked about that concept before. Just a quick recap of what the thrive zone is. That's where you bring together three worlds in order to have more fulfillment, more to be rooted in what truly will bring lasting, sustainable fulfillment and joy in your life.
If I can piggyback on that point,
real quick,
mm-hmm.
just to complete the concept, since it's the three worlds are love, what you need, and what you're ready for. So bringing together those three things is something that I consider. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's called your thrive zone here at this podcast. and anything Ufulu child related. But I enjoyed that you brought up the way that patience. I'm losing how you worded it because that's what triggered the thought was. Well, I'll just say what the thought is because I forget how you worded it a second ago. But what patience is, well, firstly, what patience is not is avoiding the things that you have to do, right? Sometimes when we hear, be patient, what we think
Is
because of our
waiting.
childhood is distract myself with something else, until it's time for me to do the first solution that came to mind. But what patience really is being accepting and objective about what is, right? Being accepting and objective about what is so that you can gain more and more clarity on what to do next. And that's what it was. It was your question, the question, the editing of the questions that we ask ourselves, going from why is this happening to me to something more so like, what is the next natural step I need to take to remedy this situation or to uh, you know progress instead of staying in the whatever state that's making me feel bad. And so that is a that's a question that comes when you start to practice patience, right? Is okay, I accept what is, like right now, what actually is, and I'm not embellishing it, I'm not exaggerating it for myself, I'm not making it worse or better than it actually is. I accept what really is, and now I'm looking at it objectively to see what the best options are. That is what being patient is really about. It's not just let me distract myself until it's time to act, right? Because then you still might, even though you waited, you still might be acting on haste or acting on negative emotion instead of acting from an objective, clear space. And so, like she said, journaling, practicing meditation on a regular basis so that you don't get locked into those negative states automatically. All of these things are very important in learning how to practice patience. And lastly, Coach Tensi is looking up the etymology of the word patience.
Yeah. Something that's interesting to me is the first thing that it says is the quality of being willing to bear adversities, calm endurance of misfortune, suffering, etc. So the words endurance, calm endurance, uh, they stand out to me of being able to last through the challenges, basically. Um, and one thing that sometimes, especially when I was younger and I heard the word patience, and I would think of is um, the word waiting, to wait. And this is not necessarily waiting. When you're patient, you're still, if you have moves to make, you're making moves. But it's like the energy of patience, of not worrying, not carrying those burdensome thoughts, but instead basically persisting is kind of like another word that I'm thinking of. It another thing that comes up is firm, unyielding, hard. Sometimes also comes up supporting. Interesting. So I mean, when we think of the word patience, you might have thought of something else altogether. If we did like a word association game or something like that. But it's really powerful to see where the words came from, right? And what energies that they hold, to see if we, how we can interact with that new knowing in our lives.
Yep,
So,
yep.
that's all I got. we're gonna go prepare for the day. It's okay, sweetie. Yeah, you're great. Okay. Sending all the love. Take good care, loves. You want to say peace out? Okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Tuesday's episode. And I don't know if you want to say any final words, but I'll see y'all soon.
Just make sure that you check out the link in our bio, check out the link in our about for Facebook, and check out the link in the description for YouTube.
Just remember that. Heads up.
So that you can keep track of all of the things we have coming up. Like, firstly, the link to get a copy of Culture Control, Why the Love of Money is Objectively the Root of All Evil, written by yours truly. Very, very powerful book. Almost at least once or twice a week, I'm getting more and more people sending me the picture of them holding their book when it finally gets there in the mail. They print on demand. So when you click, the link and you go to where the bookstore is, you get yourself a copy of the paperback. Then it takes about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks to get to you. And then when you get one, if you already have my number or we're connected on social media, a lot of people have been willing to send me a picture of them holding their copy of the book, which is really, really great. So that's one thing that's in the links. Also, we have an event tomorrow at Mind Pop here in Austin. It is a mind mastery workshop, meditation, patience, these type of things based workshop that I will be leading. That's called From Clarity to Chaos. From Chaos to Clarity, pardon me. No, From Chaos to Calm. That's what it's called. Clarity is in today's episode, pardon me. But it's called From Chaos to Calm. And it's a mind mastery workshop led by me. That will be at Mind Pop. You can check that out in the link in the description, link in the bio, link in the about. And last but not least, I'm now making myself more and more available as a chess coach for yourself or for your child or your student or your students. If you know somebody or you are somebody that wants to improve and you're a beginner, if you're already an intermediate level player, then don't worry about it. I can't get you to master level. But if you're a beginner, let's say from 0 to 1,000 rating points, or you don't know your rating and you kind of like the game and you want to improve, you want to learn some opening tactics, you want to learn some middle game strategy, whatever it is, then click the link in the description or the bio and I will make myself available to you as a chess coach. Other than that, thank you so very, very much for tuning in to today's episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.